From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Hi, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. We're back at the bar, of course, at my bar, Tommy Max, and brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com. Great to have them on board. We're talking branding this time around, so let's welcome in the panel. Sherrie Clark is back from Storehouse Media Group. How are you, girl? Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
You're doing a lot of work here on Buzz TV. That's great to see.
Yeah.
You digging it?
Doing that. I'm digging it.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's the latest book that's, or idea of a book that you're very excited about with your company?
You know, there's a lot of books out there that have come to me that, like, you think to yourself, I would have never thought about that.
Yeah, right.
And people will say, well, I think I want to write a book about this, and this is neat. And I'm like, who'd have thought about that?
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't need it at the time, but then when something bad happens, you have it.
How tough is it to say to somebody that it's not a very good idea? Do you ever, or do you not say, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be honest. Like, you're like, nah, I don't know if that's going to work. You got to massage it maybe a little bit different, but how do you handle that?
Well, if it's not an idea that I think is going to catch, I always kind of talk to them and try to find the unique angle.
Okay.
That will put them in.
Bring it out a little more.
Yeah. And
flush it out.
Yeah, and let's see what we can do to breathe life into it and make it different from other books.
Yeah.
Very unique. Yeah.
Great to have you back on the show. Char Allen, how are you?
Hey.
Cocktails of Sweetness.
Yes.
You've been mixing drinks here all day, man. Good for you.
My adrenaline is rushing. It's a good feeling to be here. I'm enjoying it.
Good. Well, you've done a great job, and I know your drinks have been a big hit, so that's a really good thing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. What branding for you has got to be pretty important, right? Getting it out there and making sure people know who you are and what you're doing and all the great things you're doing.
Absolutely. It's very unique. I feel like it's about the projected audience, the loyal customers, the client engagement, really having the opportunity to be personable with them.
Yeah.
I think my smile really sells.
I think so too. Yeah. It's infectious. Right?
Thank you.
And it looks like you're what do you say, Cocktails of Sweetness?
Yes. There is a taste of sweetness in every cocktail.
There you go. Well, great to have you here.
Thank
No doubt about it. Elizabeth Pampalone, how are you?
Good.
Absolute Marketing, is that correct? That's your
that's
company?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been doing that for?
15 years.
15 years. Were you always into marketing through
for
school or whatnot?
23 years.
Okay. And then you went out on your own and did your own thing. What's your niche? Is there a niche today? Yeah, what is it?
We build 1 year of marketing content in 5 days, which includes a website in a day.
You build marketing content for a full year in 5 days?
Yep.
No kidding. Mike, we got to bring her on board the horse's mouth, man. No doubt. So that's interesting. How'd you find that? How did you find that niche?
Burning out.
Really?
Burning out in the traditional way of the way everybody else was doing it, and literally taking everything off my website one day and being so fed up. And the next person that called me, I said, "This is all we offer." She's like, "That's what I need." Great. And it went from there.
No kidding. Wow. What's your favorite kind of industry to work in? Is there one?
I like to work with people who are working on their personal brand. And that's one of the things I love about branding is that it can come out in so many different ways. You know, it's not just your logo.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're noticing, I'm wearing green, and this is part of my branding colors, and I don't speak anywhere, go anywhere without wearing this.
All right, and
I
it's
think
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got
But
that.
Char's got her branding done too. She's got it in her hair, she's got it in her earrings, so I'm liking it.
So you got to walk it.
You do.
You got to walk
live
it.
Yep.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Collin Lawrence is here. Hey, Collin. Oshin Digital, is that correct? You've been in the marketing game for a while. Is that correct? Is that right? Yeah. What do you guys do at Oshin? What's your big thing?
So we make bespoke websites to perfectly represent business brands and make it tailored to be super effective for whatever their goals are, and then supercharge all the traffic to the site with SEO.
Okay. It seems so simple, but I don't think it's that simple.
It should seem simple, and we want to make it simple for everyone. And so handling all the complexity, all of the management of that is really the goal. So it's turnkey, and you tell us what you want, and then we get it done, and it seems magical, but behind the scenes, we've got it all.
So with SEO, what's the key to that? Like, you know, I mean, is it just, you know, having the resources to do it, or how do you really get somebody up in the rankings with that?
Yeah, so SEO, there's really two flavors. There's local SEO, which is more targeting for a local audience, and then there's national, which is you just want people going to your website. And so the Google algorithm updates periodically, so it's staying up top of that, but it's really finding keywords that are easy to rank for, that a lot of people are searching for, but you can easily rank for, and then making content specifically targeted to that, and then getting backlinks, links to your site from people who are interested and are important, and then that boosts up their rankings.
I feel like branding, part of it is managing the expectations. Is that fair to say, Elizabeth?
Absolutely.
Right.
I think a lot of times people just see branding as just the logo or just the color they use.
Right.
But really it does come down to your actual messaging and how your logo, your colors, and even what you say and how you present yourself online even or in person makes the other person feel, makes your client feel. And so really it has to, all that has to come into play, and really what do we want people to feel when they view us, when they meet us, when they go to our website, etc.
Well, and also too with marketing, as you guys all know, I mean, like you put money out for marketing, you're expecting results right away, and sometimes it doesn't click right away, but you got to stay consistent with it. And that's what I mean by managing expectations, right? You got to be like, okay, we're going to do this. It could work. It should work. But, you got to make sure that they know what to expect, I guess, on the other side, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially in your line of work.
Yes. People come and they're excited, and we love the excitement. We encourage them. Let's do that journey. This is going to be a fun journey. But, we have to, we're real with them. We give them the expectations, and, we give them reality and like, well, this is where we can go, but I do say that if you've written a book, if you don't have a marketing plan, it could have been the best book in the world. It'll just be a book.
Marketing's key to everything.
It is.
I mean, it really is. And during the downtimes, because when I was in radio, I used to sell my own radio show, and small businesses would cut marketing first, and I'd be like, you might want to cut it down. I get it, but don't cut it out, because then people aren't going to find you. But they thought, oh, the expense, but you're like, you got to cut other stuff. Make sure people know exactly where you're at. And
I think Collin would probably agree too, is that brand has to be first.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
It's interesting too, because if you think about a language, if I say football helmet, right, you've got a different idea than anyone else has.
Sure.
So by creating a brand and brand equity, you can then fill that up with different things. So if someone says, Sweetwater Brewing Co. or Bud Light, images come in their head, and by controlling the website, by controlling the content, you're filling that up and telling them, this is what I want you to think when I say my brand. If you don't have an impressive brand, you're not going to get that opportunity for.
And what about they call them jingles in radio, but to like the Carpet Man. I just did a commercial for the Carpet Man. You just know that jingle, like it's the Carpet. You see him, like, oh, it's the Carpet Man, or Snyder Heating and Air. You got the Snyder guy, right? But it's got to take time to find that, right?
Consistency.
How do you pull it out?
You got to consistently be out there doing the same things over and over. And that can be really tough for some small businesses because it gets boring.
Right.
I wear the same green every day. My closet is really boring. Yeah. But when I go out and people come to me and say, I was in a store the other day and I saw this thing that was green and it reminded me of you. Yeah. I wasn't there. I wasn't in their face. They weren't listening to my podcast. It was literally just something that was green. And so that kind of brand recognition, money cannot buy.
Yeah, no doubt. I will say this because I work with some smaller early stage startups, you got to be able to deliver. And you have to deliver great drinks every single time.
I pretty much get that often. My area is kind of saturated, but what makes me unique is I'm also a life coach. So I talk a lot about affirmation, positivity, like my drinks and names speak for itself. So one of my drinks is Motivational Mango, and you're going to feel motivated after the first sip. That is not only, how I carry myself, but the perception and how my aura is. So they definitely going to feel great. I have people getting drinks from me that don't even drink, but they're like, just because your personality is great, I love your energy, what, go ahead and give it to me.
And that's the brand.
Yeah.
Right? Which is so important for each and every one of us. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate you guys. All the best in your future endeavors. Always great to have my panel here on the show. If you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, be safe and stay cool out there, and we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.